Good afternoon, my name is Ray. I'm a technician working on your vehicle today, performing your oil change as well as taking a look at your other concerns, such as the door locks and the tire pressure light, as well as getting a quote for your mirror housing. Anyway, taking a look at your brakes, everything looks okay here. Rotors look like they're in good shape. All four corners of your car, your brake pads are at about 5 millimeters of pad remaining. That's about halfway through them, so nothing to really worry about right now. And all four of your tires look relatively new. They're sitting at 11/32 of an inch. And just taking a look under the vehicle, everything looks pretty good. Good amount of rust, but you'd expect that. On a car this old. I would also everything looks pretty good. Don't see any signs of leaks, which is mainly what we'd be concerned about. Everything else looks pretty good. Just got your oil changed out, as well as your oil filter. Everything looks good here. And just taking a look under the hood here, everything looks pretty good. All your fluids look like they're in good shape, good levels. I will go ahead. Oh, that's already full. Never mind. I did have a look at your air filter. Looks okay for now. Everything else went great. I just wanted to give you an update on your door lock and tire light. So I scanned your car for codes. Tire pressure sensor 3, which is your right rear tire pressure sensor. Had a stored code in it, last set at about 88,000 miles. So you're going to need a new TPMS sensor for your right rear tire. And your door locks, let's see if I can actually show you this. Using the switch on the driver's door, you can actually get it to lock, but then it won't unlock. And as I was kind of playing around with it, I can feel it failing. So you will need a new door lock actuator, which comes as part of the door latch. And as far as your mirror casing goes, we actually do not sell just the casing, so it'll have to be the whole mirror. I have all of these quotes ready for you. Your service advisor will be reaching out to you to run them by you. But everything else looks great. Oil change is done. I don't have any other recommendations for you today, so I hope you have a great rest of your day.
This is my review of Chapman Chrysler Jeep dealership located in Horsham, Pennsylvania. I began with a 3-minute clip, which was sent to me during my previous service visit in the beginning of September 2021. It was my first experience in receiving a video walk around my car by the service technician, discussing his findings with me. Although the service visit costed me $500, I still gave the service center a good written review online afterwards. I bought my car brand new 12 years ago, so it is an old car. It has close to 100,000 miles on it, so I'm not describing a newer model in any sense of the word. My philosophy has always been doing dealership servicing, especially with the service center which came as highly recommended as Chapman in Horsham, Pennsylvania. Even though in my most recent conversation with them, I let them know I was disappointed with their customer service. This is not necessarily a negative customer review. In all the video clips I do, such as this, my job is to be as fair as I can, laying out the facts and letting others decide what the deal is. At the time of my service visit with them at the beginning of September 2021, My car mileage was 93,000 miles. 6 months later, I was taking my car to them again. It was not for a routine service check. It was because I was having problems. The first thing that happened was my temperature blower broke. I could not turn it off. I could not even turn it down. As long as the car was running, the blower stayed on, high. For me, that was enough to schedule a service visit to get it checked out. The earliest they could get me in was 2 days after my call. I accepted that appointment. But the very next day, my check engine light began flashing along with the accompanying audio dinging, which made me even more glad I had already scheduled my service visit for the following day. I dropped the car off. A few days later was when they called me with the news, and it was by no means good news by any stretch. All total, everything I needed done would cost over $6,000 to do. I requested a detailed quote, which was emailed to me right away, which led to my follow-up conversation with them and me expressing my disappointment in them. I had been there just 6 months earlier. My service total at that time was $500. I returned a half year later, and then suddenly my total service fee is $6,000? It wasn't just that. It was what had gone on with my car and the time in between. I could see if I had driven it all over the United States and put on a massive amount of mileage. But you want to know what the increased miles was since my previous visit? 2,500 miles. That is not less than the average driver. It is a hell of a lot less than the average driver. Out of that $6,000 estimate I was given, $2,000 was for what I had brought it in for, and then there was an additional $4,000 suggested for work due to the age of the car. Again, I could see that if I had not kept up with my service visit or been taking it to some shady servicing places. But I was just there 6 months earlier. You sent me the video of your findings. When all is said and done, yeah, I'll end up eventually paying for everything they recommended. If I want my car to continue to last, what other choice do I have? But this video is my way of saying I'm not happy about it. I'm left with a nagging feeling there is something wrong with this picture.